And you player, have you ever smelt raw octopus?
I have definitely smelt octopus. I am from the coast of California.
That is the smell of dragons.
Oh, okay. Excellent. Excellent.
And there are um, you would be tempted to call them carvings, but they look like something not done on purpose, like just by the brushing of whatever
I see.
immense body scratched the stone. And you can see impression of angular um, forms carved into the stone. And there are several smaller intersections at the tunnel's sides here and there, not just right at your side, but also slightly on the top, or as if smaller, dug into the earth with no apparent purpose, dotting the sides and the surface of this tunnel here and there. The more you delve into the tunnel, the more numerous these small openings become, and you have the feeling of a height almost. And on one of these intersection, the smell of an octopus is overwhelming. You sense it on over the sulfur, which still permeates the tunnel, of course. And so, on one side, if you continue down the tunnel, you can imagine that there will be gold. Oh no, wait! There are flecks of gold on the sides of the tunnel itself.
Of course there are.
They are scars, small, as if shed like the part of the skin of the creature that brushed on those walls. But the glint that you can see at the bottom of the tunnel hints for much, much more than these mere remnants of
Yes. Okay.
You wouldn't be the type to stay there and scratch the gold away. You want it delivered to you, and you want more of it.
Well, perhaps I'm interested in the heart of a dragon, of course. So, and gold. Well,
So
we'll see
on
how
one
much
side,
I want that. Yes, go ahead.
yes. So on one side, you have the promise of much gold. On the other side, in one of the smaller tunnels, you can smell dragon.
Okay, well, that is great.
And I will roll because
what happens to me?
Oh, is not the smell of a dragon enough to lure you?
That's not the point. You get to roll when the monster takes action against me and hurts me.
And hurts you. Okay, not just
there
action
has to be
or
an attack. It is not just a round.
Okay, then I don't roll.
Okay. So let's see, to clarify, on my go, whenever I take action as the monster. So therefore, and you have to give me the choice to kill it, to imprison it, or to escape it. So you have to give some action that makes one of those necessary. That's what you get to roll. Just to clarify the rule precisely.
So it has to be present.
Well, or some effect of it has to be present.
Okay, out of the game. I'm sorry for breaking.
That's fine. Yeah.
But my idea was that this is a lure.
No, that's fine. That's fine. You don't have to explain it to me at all. Just when you feel as though it is taking action in some way that forces me to consider killing it, escaping it, or imprisoning it, and that the alternative to me is death. That's the
Okay.
point. So it has to be, it has to be very evident that I better do one of these things or I'll die.
Mm-hmm. Then maybe I should go on for a little while.
Please feel free.
Yet. Okay.
I wouldn't want to cheat you out of a dice roll. You go right ahead.
Yeah, I see that I need to really play it aggressive if I want to stand a chance against you, at least in game times. So, and usually I would take my time to introduce and make it gradual, but let's play it.
You had all the chance you had in the first bit. That's why you got that first description. So
yes.
And you can take your time if you want, because it is paced by your dice rolls, not by mine.
So you follow this intersection, which twists and turns like as if a mad hornet has carved this very tunnel. Sometimes you have to climb. Sometimes it looks as if you couldn't do it, but of course you're no mere mortal, and this is not a real impediment to you. And all of a sudden, the tunnel opens into a very regularly shaped spheric cave, which has nothing like what you expected. Stacks and stacks of jars are piled on shelves that are that cover the entirety of the walls of this cave, except for a path that leads right to the center. What's jarring about the jars is that each single one of them is filled with a faintly luminescent fluid in which a human brain is suspended.
All right. Well, and again, no attack upon me?
You hear a chittering sound from everywhere and nowhere at all, and you feel like your brain is being squeezed by a talent grip. You fall to your knees. It's too sudden. It's too unbearable.
Excellent.
Now
here comes my die roll. Yours.
Ron, I'm really sorry.
It's a 6.
But
I'm very excited. Yes. First of all, I am tired of all this meandering through stupid tunnels. And whatever distraction this is, whatever situation this is, it is at least possible. It may not be the case, but it is at least possible that this is just one of the dragon's many dreams. And who knows what kind of dreamscapes or characters I am going to have to encounter in the course of dealing with this area. So, first of all, I am going to activate the power that I have been generating, which is the destruction of dreams. I am going to simply make a thunderclap of this radiant energy between my hands, which dissolves the dreamings, and I will even just shatter whatever is between me and this dragon. Finding it is not a problem. Its silly lair and its traps and its distractions and its dreamed imaginings are nothing to me. Instead, I am going to confront it. And so that is why my flare of radiant energy is going to clear whatever it is needs to be cleared, physical or dreams, and I will be confronted with the face. I will be myself standing before the face of the dragon itself. So that is so I brought myself directly to the being whose heart I desire. And if the jars and whatever are going to stop me, they better do it now, because I am going to be to announce myself that Lorne, the one they call Lorne, is here, and that the and your dreams shall cease for the moment. And
Okay.
so and the response is that it's I don't know how big it is. I don't know what it looks like. You're going to tell me about that. But one eye actually opens and the other eye begins to open.
Hmm.
So that is what I have done to get to my goal, which is another die.
Yes.
And I have roll an exciting 2.
A second eye opens right next to the first, then a third,
Ooh.
then a fourth. You ear-piercing scream, like a choir of screams, erupts from the jars, and
So the jars are still manifest. I'm still in this chamber, and is that correct, more or less?
yes, but the shape has changed.
Okay.
It's a regular. Uh, mm, it's more regular. It's not a sphere. It's more like you're inside a strange lab made of many contraptions of unknown purpose, and there are jars all over the place. But it's no longer a sphere which we are into. It has an exit, and it has more than an exit actually, but it's not a tunnel. You're definitely in a structure. The tunnel was just the dream,
right,
a
right.
maze built for your mind to get lost into.
Perfect.
But the dragon couldn't
That's fine.
force.
What does the
Oh,
dragon look like?
I should.
What am I looking at for dragon purposes? What has the eyes?
The dragon floats on the center of this lab. The lab is enormous.
Mm-hmm.
It is a creature that is a mix of many things that have no reason to be put together. It has too many eyes, too many tentacles, uh, um, crab-like carapace, and its head resembles a cross between a fungal growth and a brain. It is horrible to behold, and it is angry at you.
Excellent.
It, as it lunges, you hear one voice, not screaming, and telling you, "Run, fool! Take me with you. I will save you." But the dragon is upon you, bellowing poisonous fumes from pipe-like protrusion on its what passes for a head.
So am I getting gassed?
Yes,
Okay.
most definitely. It engulfs you and shuts off all the light around you. Is this yet another dream?
Go ahead and roll.
You are lost in the darkness, but it didn't silence the voice, and I roll a 3.
Okay. Now, I'm going to at this point, let's see. I'm going to defy the voice that tells me to run, and I will say, whoever and whatever you are, flee or stay, face your own fate. I have my own plans here. And so I'm going to plunge my hand, which is now, it was slim and beautiful. It is still slim and beautiful, but it is much larger and more clawed looking than you might have thought. As I plunge my hand deep into the mass of the dragon, and the flailing of its strange parts and the hissing of the gas, which of course is terrible and is harming. My brain has been damaged by the dream, and my body is being damaged by the gas. But I'm going to stick my arm in there and even force my shoulder there, bracing myself against its weird mass and strange form. And my hand will seize upon the node there, which may or may not even be an actual organ, given the nature of these things, but it is a node, a connection point of many processes inside this being. And I am going to seize it, and I am going to tear it from the dragon in a stunning display that takes up a whole page of force and metaphysical might. So I want
Excellent.
that. Oh,
Yes,
and by the way,
definitely.
I have also spoken directly to somebody that the player thinks is the lover, because I have abandoning that being to its fate, which is one of my permitted acts regarding the lover. So that's 2 dice.
And I want to check something on the manual. What did you roll?
A 2 and a 1.
Hmm.
I have the world's
you have
worst.
Yes. So you have a 3, a 2, 2, and a 1.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,